Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going through a gameplay tutorial of Sea of Thieves. So this game has a pretty complex skill set or rule set, and I thought I would kind of go through, after playing about 50 games on this thing, kind of give you a little understanding of how to play it and to really maximize some scoring here. So just to start out, we're going to talk a little bit about the table itself. So the table itself has a series of modes. You have naval battles, which is basically, to be able to start a naval battle, you need to have a crew. And so to have a crew in this game, you have to hit the helm shot, then a cannoneer, then a chef, and then a navigator. Once you have those 4 targets, you'll shoot them in progression. You'll have to do that one, and then this one, that one, and then this one again. Once you get those, you'll unlock your crew. Your crew will be assembled and you'll start naval battles. Naval battles basically starts right here. So this center lane where it says Treasure Island, Fortress Lamp, and Load, the target will be, this capture hole becomes active, and when you shoot the ball into there, you're going to start a naval battle as soon as it starts. You're going to get an option of either fighting a sloop, which is a small ship like the one on the back glass, a brigantine, which is slightly larger, or a galleon, which is like a full-size ship that you would see in like a pirate battle or whatever, with cannonballs out the sides and the whole bit. That is how you do that. When you start that mode, it starts to kick out from here in between these 2 ramps. There's a kick out here, and it'll kick it out, and it'll kick it to this left flipper. Sometimes it's a little high, sometimes it's a little low, but to be able to make the shot on the boat, you're going to shoot for these hit targets. Okay, so that's what you're going to do to try to attack that boat. Now, if it's a sloop, it only takes 2 targets. If it's a brigantine, I think it's 3 to 5. And if it's a galleon, it could be 5 or more. I think it's 5 shots. 3 for a galleon, and let me see. Let's just take a look real quick. So, for naval battles, let's just double check real quick. Make sure that I'm giving you the proper information. So for naval battles, here's your crews. Naval battles, a sloop is 2 cannonballs, a brigantine is 3, and a galleon is 5. So there, we've cleared that up. That will get you, and that depends on the number of points that you get per shot down target. So that's cruise mode. The next mode is if you want to do any of the actual modes, so Shroud Breaker, the Cursed Rogue, and so on and so forth, the green ones. They actually start from the left and then jump down, and they kind of progress like this. So Shores of Gold is the last one. So to get to Shroud Breaker, when you start the game, you're going to have an option. You hit these 3 targets, the HIT targets. If you hit all 3 of those, the tall tail target will come on, and then you just shoot the capture hole to start the mode. Now, each one of these has a particular different rule set. Shroud Breaker, for example, you just have to shoot this center ramp 3 times, and that completes the mode. It's like 1,000,000 per shot, and you complete it. Tall Tail becomes lit again, and then you can go for Cursed Rogue directly after that. You don't have to hit the 3 hit targets again to start the next mode. Cursed Rogue, for example, you hit this capture ball twice, maybe 3 times to complete that mode. I think they're 2,000,000 each, and they just progress through those modes. So that's another mode. You also have a couple different side modes. You have island modes, which get swapped either by hitting the slingshot. So every time you hit a slingshot, it's going to switch between which island you're going to be playing against. And then when you take the shot up this center ramp and you go all the way up to the top and you hit that spot target at the top of the mast, you'll either start a fortress mode or fortress island or a treasure island. Now each one of these there's 20 different islands, and they all vary across the table. But if you get a treasure island, only one of you get a couple different, a lot of these different rails, ramps, and orbits become lit up. And so with treasure islands, you're looking for the gold, okay? So you're shooting the shots that are flashing, and you might find gold somewhere, but there might be a larger piece of gold somewhere else, if it's a large island or not, depending on the size of the island. There's small and large islands for Fortress and for Treasure Island. So you can get a small gold or a large gold depending on which one you hit. Once you've collected the full gold for the treasure islands, those end. The fortress islands, you have to shoot all of the orbits and or ramps to be able to complete the mode. So if you're not really good at taking some of these orbit shots, they can be really difficult. So where possible, try to stay out of the fortress modes if you can. I do find them a little bit harder. If they're big, they can be up to 9 shots across the table. So you might have one for compass, you might have one for helm, you might have tall tale lit. You may have to hit all 3 of the hit targets. You may have to hit either one of these ramps or orbits, or either one of the lantern or spyglass orbits. So all of those shots would need to be hit, and they're skeletons. You're taking out the skeletons at the fortresses. All right, next up, equipment bonuses. So equipment can be really profitable. There's lots of money in it. Every time you hit a bumper, you're gonna get 100,000 points towards your equipment bonuses. Now the equipment bonuses, you'll see it build up on your DMG here, up here, but basically you have to hit 3 shots in progression to be able to make these, to collect the points for that. On the left-hand side, you see the compass. That's your first shot for the equipment bonus. The second shot is lantern, and the third shot is spyglass. You have to do them in that order. They will highlight once you've completed them: compass, lantern, and spyglass. Once you hit the spyglass shot, you'll collect the points and you'll get the full reward. So I think it starts at like 3 million, but it quickly progresses. You can get up to 7 or 8 million pretty easily before you collect those 3 shots and actually get a lot of money for that, or lots of gold. Okay, so that's quite profitable. Multipliers. Multipliers are pretty simple. You just have to do the 3 rollovers at the top, and you'll do times 2, times 4, times 6, times 8, and times 10. If you get to times 10, you get a free ball. That's locked in. The next time you do it, I think they say you get 5 million points. So you want to continue to try to update those rollovers every chance you get. You're going to be shooting those quite a bit. Try to make sure that you're flipping your flippers one way or the other to be able to get to roll over a flashing target so that you can complete those as quickly as possible. They do reset on each ball. Okay. Next, balls. So this balls section right here, I mistakenly thought that hitting it into the capture hole actually would highlight the balls dots as they go down. That is not the case. I thought it was kind of like Arkanoid or Darius, specifically Darius, where there's a spot where you update some of your multipliers that way. That is not the case. So these are actually drop targets. It's tough to see on this angle because we're so directly above, but the way to get these is to take this shot from the right flipper. This right flipper, at the end of this flipper, can throw it up to here, and you want to try to knock down all these targets within 60 seconds. The faster you can do these and collect the ammo chest, the bigger your reward. So if it takes you more than, I'm trying to remember now, if it takes you quite a while to do so, you don't get near the amount of, so in 30 seconds you get 20 million points, 60 seconds you get 10 million points. If it takes longer than a minute, you only get 5 million points for your ammo chest. However, and you hit the eject hole to be able to collect those depending on how fast you did it. So make sure that when you do that, once you've hit one of them, try to complete all of them as fast as possible, because that's, you want to maximize those points. I find a lot of times I'll plunge and my first hit will go up there and hit one of those drop targets, and it kind of screws my points for that next 60 seconds. So there is some points to be had there. I've got really nice bonuses doing that once I figured out what I needed to do. The next thing, so returns, these just need to be all highlighted to get your kickbacks. Ball save is kind of a, if we look here, it says at the top here, it's a little bit confusing on the way they worded it here, but the Merfolk is a ball save feature that grants a one-time return for the ball as long as both ball and save lamps are flashing. The return is a kickback feature that passes the ball from the right out lane to the plunger, also while the return lamp is flashing. So you can receive these features by hitting all the bottom rollovers. So that's all 6 of these targets at the bottom here. What happens with every roller is hit, if the Merfolk is not active, it will be activated. If the merfolk is activated, then the return shot is not, then the return will be activated. So I believe that has to do with this center peg. I believe that's the merfolk versus the return, unless they mislabeled that. I'm not really sure. And if both merfolk and return are already active, you'll actually gain 5 million points. So there's that. All right, while we're in here, I thought I would just show you, here's the list of the, I believe there's 20 of them, if I counted them correctly. Here's all the different islands. If you really want to get fancy and think about only collecting large islands or large treasure islands versus anything else, you could get selective with the way these slingshot shots shot to be, or how they ended up selected, to be able to pick which island you wanted. If you got these down in your head, or you had a cheat sheet or something, you could say, okay, man, I really want to get Shipwreck Bay. That's a large treasure island. So there's going to be a much better scoring there at that particular reward. Now, for the treasure islands, if you look down here, the rewards are going to be either, for small islands, it's 3, 4, or 5 million. And a large island is 10, 15, or 20. So there's your options there. The fortress modes, again, you have to shoot all of the shots, orbits, and ramps across the entire table. If there's 3 objectives, 6 objectives, or 10, then there's your values for it. It's 3, 4, or 5, 6, 8, or 10, or 10, 15, or 20. So it's just a matter of what island you selected when you did that. We talked about naval battles. We did not talk about Megalodon. Okay, so Megalodon creature chests, and barrels. So in this playfield here on the lower section here, you'll have all kinds of stuff going on. And what's going to happen here is you're going to have red barrels will pop up, and they're just obstacles. So if they're blocking the ramp that you want to be able to shoot to start cruise or something, just avoid it and come back. Sometimes you'll see a treasure chest pop up. If it looks like this one here with the little red jewel on the top, it's a really good treasure box. You want to collect those. They're like 5 million points. If it's just another one, you might get 1 or 3 million, but they're still pretty profitable. So if you see a treasure box, they're only up here maybe 5 seconds. They're pretty quick. Then they pop up and they drop into the ocean again, and they're gone. If you see the shark swimming across, they call him the Megalodon. If you hit this, it's 1 million points. I know that thing's kind of annoying, and especially when he swims down here and gets right in front of your flippers, he can be pretty devastating. But if the first initial shot on him is 1 million points. If you hit it and you kind of roll around him and then fall down, it's still only 1 million. So unfortunately, you have to do sequential shots if you're going to do that. All of the points that you're collecting on this bottom playfield contribute to points for treasure chests. Now, the treasure chest, to be able to actually claim those points, once you get a treasure chest, this outpost lamp will start to light up. Okay, that means that you have outstanding gold that you need to collect or take back to your base. Okay, so what happens is you have this gold. If you get over 15 million in your stock hold or on your boat, there's a 15% chance that the Kraken will come and attack you and try to steal that gold. So that's what happens. If you have a bunch of gold, that's why the Kraken attacks you. So if you haven't seen him yet, that's probably why you haven't selected it, or you've been hitting this target and collecting that gold before you got to that point. When you do have the gold and you start to see it flash, you have to hit this target. Once you hit it, you have 30 seconds to hit it again to collect the gold. Otherwise, it just continues to sit there. So make sure that if you hit it, make sure that you go back, take your shot again to complete it. Okay, that's very important. Okay, I think that's everything we've covered. We've covered the naval battles. We've covered the ammo dumps, which is the ammo chest and balls. We covered equipment, which was the compass, lantern, spyglass shots. We've covered modes, which is shroud breaker, cursed rogue, and stuff as we go down. And we talked about crews to be able to get into the naval battles. So now we'll just give it a go. We'll play a little bit, and I'll try to show you what I can during this time. But we'll see where we go. It's a tough game. The physics are really tough. It's really, really super hard to capture a ball on a flipper. So that's really hard to do. I'm going to try to play with some nudges a little bit to try to figure it out, but we'll see if we can't get there. So now you see I've already hit one of the hit targets. I could continue that, and I could start a mode, one of the shroud breaker modes. Okay, so I already hit compass, and see, I've already hit lantern, so I'm already on my way to collecting an equipment bonus. There's a good treasure box, so that's 10 million gold. It's even more than I thought. Awesome. So I'm gonna try to capture this. It's not gonna work real well. Okay, so I've got helm available. I've got two of these targets, so I could start a mode if I wanted to. I could go for spyglass and collect my gold, or collect my equipment reward. But I'm gonna go shoot through helm to get back to that side. So now I've accidentally hit my outpost, so I gotta hit that again within 30 seconds. And I lost the ball, so I don't think I still have a chance here, but. Still flashing, so I still have time. You can see the equipment reward on the DMG going up. And okay, so this is Skeleton Lord. We didn't talk about multi-balls. So Skeleton Lord, well, he just kind of randomly comes and he puts his hand over top of this gate. It's on this ramp here. If he captures 2 of them, you'll have to start taking shots across the table. So now that I've hit the outpost table, it says that I have 20 million sitting there. So I gotta hit that target again pretty quickly or I'll lose that opportunity. Now he started a mode. So now we're in a fortress mode because I have to fight skeletons. I still have to have that time to be able to select that target though, so I gotta hurry. Tall Tale at this point is not a... You notice I just collected the outpost money because I was able to hit it with the right flipper. So I got that 20 million within the 30 seconds. So I've got some skeletons across the table. And by skeletons, I mean all these ramps and... So that one didn't have anything. That didn't either. There was a target there, so there was a skeleton there that I killed. You can see I've got 5 left. So each one of these guys is a skeleton, except for Outpost. So I'm gonna get that guy. I'm gonna get that one. I got 3 more. So I got the H in the middle. So see the H here, he's a skeleton. And then we have Lantern and Spyglass, which are also skeletons. I got a little, I touched the table there, so. Okay, so to complete this fortress mode, I need to continue to hit those targets. And if I can capture the ball, nope, really hard to do on this table. Bouncy magic pixel physics. And you notice these modes just continue to go. So I'm gonna try to capture this ball. While I've got this captured, I'm gonna try to hit the H first. These are a lot easier to hit because you can hit those in motion a lot easier. Still missed the H, oh, darn it. Lost it. All right, so that will complete the mode because I lost the ball and it'll kick you back out. You notice this switched over to Treasure Island again and I'm on my 3rd ball. But you'll notice here too, my spyglass is already flashing too, so I'm already looking at another equipment bonus as well. I haven't started my naval battles or assembled my crew yet, and I still have the Skeleton Lord multi-ball is still available for the 2nd multi-ball. Those are congruent, so they'll just keep happening. A couple different multi-balls, we'll have to talk about those too before I get too far. So Skeleton Lord multi-ball, if I was able to take this shot up the cannoneer shot when his hand is here, we'll start Skeleton Lord multi-ball. What happens in that multi-ball, it's 2-ball multi-ball, and you'll have to hit the compass shot and the helm shot on one side, and I think it's Lantern and Spyglass on the other. So it's maybe it's Cannoneer and Lantern, maybe it's those 2. But either way, during that mode, you only collect your jackpots when you're hitting the shots that they're asking for. So, and they're only 1 million apiece, so it's not near as much as you would think. The other way to get into a multi-ball is to hit this capture ball all the way up to and hit the drop target, or the target at the top here. If you do that anytime during the playfield when you're not in a mode, you'll start cannonball multi-ball. Well, you'll set it up for it if that's the case. You have to do this. You hit this once, you hit it again within 30 seconds. You'll actually hear it. This spot here will drop down, this netting, or like this mass, that will drop down, and then when you take that shot, you can actually load the cannonballs. You have to do that 3 times to start cannonball multi-ball. And the same thing, there's still shots you have to do. They're just not progressive in that mode. So, all right, keep going here. What I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna try to get my equipment bonus because it's so readily available. You notice I hit the shark, I actually hit him twice. So I got 2 million points for that. I missed it. If I could hit that other balls target, that would be awesome. But it didn't happen. Oh. So I'm still considering this. You see my equipment bonus is up to 4.8 million now. So if I can get a chance to do that, I'm gonna take it. Oh, just missed that shot. All right, so that's the end of that ball, or end of that game. So we'll jump into another one here. Score's pretty low, but I'm not too worried about that.
The horizon awaits. Together we'll tame the waves and carve.
Here we go again. So this time we'll try a little something different. I'm gonna hit the hit targets and see if I can't get into Shroud Breaker. Now the way to get the ball from one side of the table to the other, or to get to your other flippers, if you want to go from left to right, if you want to go from the left side to the right, see, look at that, I made 20 million because I was able to hit that within 60 seconds of starting it. Awesome. This is how you go from left to right. Now that you see that red barrel blocked my chef, so they're trying to keep me away from that. So I've got 2 people for my cruise, and I have 1 target left to be able to hit the modes in the middle. That one's gonna go right down the middle. Oh, such a tough game. So Kenyan Skeleton Lord took that, so that's ball 1. I was just gonna do it so that I could get it to this flipper to shoot for Chef, but he ended up being there, so he took the ball from me. So it can be a good and bad thing depending on how it is. And you can see every time it hits those slingshots, you can see the island change up there as well. So we're gonna take that Chef shot. Oop. I was able to get a treasure chest there. And you notice because I have the treasure chest, the outpost light is lit up. I just lost a ball again, unfortunately. If I could settle this ball down for frickin' 2 seconds. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to hit the 8 shot again. Still missed it. It's really tough to hit, actually. The center targets there are pretty tough to hit. You almost have to find a way to settle the ball down like this. So there's hit. Okay, so now you can see Shroud Breaker is available. So these modes are now available. All I have to do is shoot into that capture hole to be able to do that. One way I'm going to actually do this though, and it's funny because Navigator's blinking right now, I'm going to try to shoot this shot to get around to my right flipper to take the shot to Tall Tail. Problem is because it's Navigator, it's going to go into our Naval Battle directly. So right now we're in Naval Battle. See, even though I was able to get that shot, I'm already locked in. And I know better, I cannot capture on that one. Because I didn't lose my ball, I still have the opportunity to start the naval shots. So there, I loaded the ball. It's gonna fire out and I'm gonna try to hit those hit targets. Oh, that was a terrible, terrible shot. Usually this comes down a little more to the left or hits the edge of this left flipper. That one just died here and I didn't get much of an opportunity at it. So I was really hoping to show you that too. We'll see what we can do.
Fortune favors the bold, and if the fortune will claim.
The table's a little ruthless, man. I gotta tell you. The bouncy physics really can be really tough to deal with. There's our equipment battle. I think, yeah, see, I think it starts at 3 million. It's pretty high to start with. I really don't want a fortress.
I can help it, because those can be a lot tougher to do, or they're just not tougher, but you have to hit all the shots, so you have to. It takes a lot to get out of those modes. So there's my helm. There's my cannoneer. Skeleton Lord grabbed it. So, all right. Well, if we get into that mode, we get into that mode. Sorry, I keep touching the glass, so that's why I keep doing that. It's gonna auto plunge, which can be pretty brutal on this table. That's gonna count for 1,000,000. There it is. I'm gonna go for my cannoneer shot. And actually, Skeleton Lord's up there now. Because I hit the wrong ramp, he went away. Okay, so actually I'm in a fortress mode, unfortunately. Luckily it's a small one.
Return is lit. Fortune favors.
And I keep hitting that red barrel. Jeez, oh Pete. I can take the compass shot, that's a skeleton. And then I have cannoneer and tall tail, I think, to get. Come on now. Missed that one. Okay, that's one. That's another. Okay, so Spyglass is in fact a skeleton, so I gotta hit that one yet. Tough, 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 man. Bouncy physics, man. Alright, so my best option here is to try to shoot it up the helm ramp to get it to go to my left flipper, or do that. So that's one way to do it. We looted 10 million gold because of that island. Now we're in a treasure island. So each one of these targets this time is possible gold. So there's no gold there. No treasure at that one. I luckily have a ball save. Lantern wasn't lit, so that we know that's not a spot to look. Compass was lit. No treasure there. So we're still looking. I think this is a fairly big island. So we've got a lot of options here. Got tall tail, we have the eye in the middle. That's a kickback. Or a return. Sorry about that, I keep missing the shots here. Bounce around. Let's see what happens. Come on now. Okay. Nope, missed the cannoneer shot. There we go. Now that's 10 million, even in mode, so I have to try to go hit that. I'll take the 10 million, absolutely. Okay. Now, tall tail. No gold there, so we're still looking for gold on this treasure island. It could be at the eye, it could be at the cannoneer. Still not there. I hit the eye, but it wasn't there either. Oh, and the Megalodon just killed me. Jeez. Yeah, he could swim right here in front of your flippers, and in that case it went bam, went straight down. That's unfortunate. So clearly the Spyglass had the gold on that one, and I just missed out. Okay, I'm gonna go for cannoneer. I'm gonna try to assemble my crew here. See if I can't show you some naval battles. Equipment just continues to build and build. Okay, so right now the ammo chest lit up, so I want to collect that while I have the chance. That's a lot of money right there. There you go, 20 million, so that's really good. So right now I have equipment is an option. I have compass, I could start with that again. And that just continues to build. It's over 6.5 million now. So there's compass. There's lantern. I didn't mean to hit it, but I did. And now Spyglass can get me 7 million points almost. So I'm gonna go for chef anyway, just because I want to switch the ball to that left side so that I can take the shot at this Spyglass. Nope, missed it. Hopefully Megalodon stays out of the way. He did. So that right now, while Spyglass is blinking, if I continue to load equipment bonus, it'll keep going up. There we go. 7.7 million, and actually I got 3 or 4 more million. Still getting it because they're still bouncing. Rock on. Okay, there's Navigator. Oh, it would have been Navigator, but the Skeleton Lord stole the ball. So I think that's the second one. So I think this is Skeleton Lord Multi-Ball. It is. Okay, so you can see this compass shot is lit up. So that's going to be the first shot that they want us to hit. And if you're quick, you can try to get it before that second ball comes down. I didn't quite get there. So these are tough because you're trying to take a very calculated shot at a spot when you got 2 balls flying around. That's what she said. So I still have a ball save, luckily. Yeah, and I just killed that ball, I think. Luckily, I still hit a ball save. It's really tough to do. So I missed out on the millions for that one. And that's okay. Skeleton Lord Multi-Ball, I think, is more of a nuisance than anything, to be honest. So I'm going to go for Navigator, but I hope that he doesn't put his hand down there. So otherwise, we'll go right. Yeah, of course he did, as soon as I shot it. So now that's ball 1 loaded again. So if you like that multi-ball and you think there's an opportunity there, you could just keep continuing to do that. You could hold it on the left flipper and just keep taking that shot. Curse it, Skeleton Lord. Alright, so we're going to go Navigator. Because it's on the upper flipper, I'm going to take that shot. This one, I'm just going to go around so I can get the shot at Navigator. Missed it. So I hit Lantern again. So this is what happens. You start to go, man, now there's millions sitting there at Spyglass. I might as well take the shot. Oh, rats. That's a real bummer. And I'm 1 shot away from starting Shroud Breaker too if I want, so. Hashtag 1 shot away. That's a tomato grass thing. Okay, so ammo chest is lit, so why wouldn't I take that? That's some big money. Hit the Megalodon again. There's a treasure in the box that's probably gonna kill me. And I wanna take this shot to ammo chest as fast as I can. We're gonna go to Navigator till I can get around and then take the shot. Oh, now because it was Navigator, I'm in the Naval Battles. Okay, so there we go. We loaded the ball. It's going to kick out. Hopefully I get a better opportunity this time. There we go. So I hit the chip. I'm going to hold the ball on the left flipper, and I want to load that ball back up. I'm going to go back through helm because I missed the shot. If I can... There we go. We want to load this ball back up to the cannon. Settle down. There we go. Load ball 2. This was a brigantine, so it's 3 shots. Hopefully I get a good shot. There we go. Okay, so that's shot number 2. There we go. Load number 3. Stay out of the way, Megalodon. It's gonna give us another cannonball. Ah, jeez. The barrel interrupted my shot. Luckily, I was able to take the shot. So there we go. We sunk that brigantine. And now our reward is 6 million gold for that.
All saves ready.
Okay. There's a treasure island.
No treasure here.
So, random shots again.
Treasure's still out there, and we'll be the ones to find it.
Still no gold.
No treasure here.
Still no gold. Ball save. Pretty good score so far. We'll see what we get here. My best is 148, I think, million. So I'm on my way. Look out, ball. We'll go around helm to come back. We'll go up the lantern shot. Any gold? Still nothing.
No treasure here.
No treasure there. We're looking all over the place trying to find it. Oh, darn it. Oh, that's disappointing. Sorry, guys. That was very close to my best score ever. So I was like, yes, I was hoping. Did not happen. That is Sea of Thieves. What a game. By far the best Magic Pixel game that I've played. I love some of the more complex games that they do. I like Exoplanets. I like Microbes is really good, but it's locked to one ball for the most part. Sea of Thieves has been a really good game. I hope you love the content. Like and subscribe if you like this format, tutorial-wise. This was a really in-depth tutorial. I kind of went through everything that we could think of. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. I think there's one other multi-ball, Sailor multi-ball, but it's pretty convoluted to get into, if I recall. While I got you, let's just look real quick. I think there was one more. Cannon multi-ball. No, it's Sailor Multipliers. No, so we did cover both the multi-ball options. So Cannon multi-ball we talked about, which I don't think I've ever even actually got into. And Skeleton Lord multi-ball is just going to happen. You're going to get into it one way or the other. And we talked about the Kraken and some of those things. So anyway, really hope you liked this tutorial, and I really had a lot of fun doing it. So enjoy the game. Really looking forward to Killer Instinct and Battletoads, and we'll see you next time. Bye.